Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am so glad you are here. I am doing a layout today for Series 19 of Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by Jacqueline Hart, who is Jack S. Scraps. And I will have that linked below. I'm also doing this layout for the Crafting Dragon Designs on Etsy. I will have that linked below as well. This a beautiful 6x8 piece of paper is from the Vintage Cameras collection. I actually printed it as a 8.5 by 11, and then I trimmed it down because I am doing it like the sketch. And instead of using the big portion from the sketch that looked like a photo, I am using that for my pattern paper. And then the part that looks like the pocket, that is where I'm putting my picture. The other pattern paper that I am using is from Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Essentials. That is from 2023. And I thought it went really well with this pattern paper from Crafting Dragon Designs. In addition to this vintage camera paper, there are a bunch of other things like other photos and other papers and photographer silhouettes. And so I'll have that linked below. Go check it out. Um, she runs sales often. Um, she's probably running a sale now, and if she's not, you can use my code Brianna10 for a discount at checkout. So I did take the cardstock that goes with with the Simple Vintage Essentials collection and made those into 6x8 so that I could layer those here. They're I usually follow things pretty similarly when it comes to a sketch. And on this one, I wanted to see more of the paper behind the pattern paper with the camera. So I layered them differently. And as always, you can do whatever you want with a sketch. You don't even have to layer paper behind if you don't want to. So I take this fun ticket paper from Simple Stories. I lay that down and I take the polka dot paper and I just lay that alongside of it. And now, oh, I printed my photo in sepia. It was an app and it's awfully yellow. I might find a different sepia color. That was the only one this app had. And I always thought my phone had a sepia uh, filter. I couldn't find it. If it did, it does do different black and whites. Maybe I should have just picked one of those. Um, yeah, so there you go. I was trying to be creative with my sepia colored photo. It just turned out very yellow. These clipboard boards are also from the Simple Story collection. I only have a couple left. They do also, with that collection, have several just the clips of the clipboard, so I will put that on top of my pattern paper later. You will see that. Now, those are 49 in market, film strip type things. I have the open ones. I have a couple. This is in hickory. I have a couple left of the ones that are don't have the open parts. They look like a photo negative. So I traded those out instead. These tags, I just had that tag in my stash, so I'm using that. And then the tag on the top that I overlapped on the clipboard says quality time together. That is Ellie's Studio. So, and it went well with the colors in the back. I pulled a little stamped butterfly out. I have that heart journaling spot. That's Ellie's Studio. Um, there is a hinge that looks like it's metallic. It's just a sticker, and that's a 49 in market ticket to go along with my ticket paper. Uh, I have that butterfly border there under the pattern paper. That was in my stash. It might have been it from my Cricut. Um, and it's just a piece I had left over, so, and I like the color and the way that went with everything else, so I pulled that out. Now this butterfly okay, so in case you can't tell, I'm not at my normal desk. I am working away from home, so this is not my normal setup, but I didn't have a brown ink along with me, and it looked like this butterfly had a little bit of it brown ink on it, so I ended up taking my gold to kind of like camouflaging that. Now I put that aside and totally forget about it, so you will not see it on this layout, but maybe on a layout coming up. I'm thinking right now that I want to layer that photo onto that frame and I want it smaller so the tag kind of frames the photo. So that's what I'm doing right now is trimming that down. We're almost down to the last week of the 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. As always, I will have it linked below, the Facebook group as well as the playlist. Go check that out. I've had a lot of fun. I always do, playing along and checking out all these different sketches. I never get to all the sketches, and I would like to do some more sketches next month if I'm able to, just bring those forward. So I had some twine in my stash and I'm looping it through and I actually double it up. I thought it was quite clever just because it wasn't long enough. Well, it was long enough to do two different tags, but to just have one little tiny piece of twine in my stash, I thought I was going to get lost. So I double it up. And I will go ahead, now that I'm liking where everything is positioned, I will get some adhesive down underneath the pattern paper so that I can start getting things adhered down and adding some more embellishments in. There is that clip that I was talking about from Simple Stories. It's just the clip, not the clipboard. So that goes on top to make it look like it's holding it down. And then I do take the border and get that adhered down. I will get the tag adhered down. I'm going to use this clipboard that is also from the embellishment collection from Simple Stories. I will layer that in there for a little extra fun. I'm not making a pocket. I don't have flowers, but that is okay. You can very much tell that I took all the inspiration from this layout and that I followed it, even though it's not exact. I do have these words from Citrus Twist, and I'm going to use the word yes because of the tag says quality time together. I say yes. Um, I need to get myself some more titles. I'm loving using any kind of foam sticker titles. Uh, they're easy, they're fun, and I'm running low, so I will have to go on the hunt for those, but those aren't hard to find. Simple Story does a lot of them actually. I will also have the Etsy shop for Crafting Dragon Designs linked below, as well as the link to the vintage cameras collection. And then check that out. It's usually only a couple, especially with a sale, it's only a couple dollars and you get a whole bunch of different printables. That camera, the pattern paper there, I just printed on a regular cardstock, nothing fancy, not photo printer paper or anything like that. And it just, you can tell how beautiful that it turns out, vibrant and beautiful. So there I am taking my foam letters and getting those on the tag. And then I will take this one ticket. It was in my brown stash. Although I do have 49 Market with me, although I don't know that I have my tickets with me. Anyway, one ticket is all I needed, so that goes in there. And oh, a random label that I found, but I thought that's a good place to put a date. So I'm going to get that in there. I don't end up using that heart for a journaling spot, but you can see the label with the heart on the left-hand side. That's gonna be my journaling spot. The one piece I just glued down says joy, love, and peace. Might be more of a Christmas thing, but it was in with the brown and the gray stuff, and I do hope for joy, peace, and love with my husband. So I put that in there. And then these, oftentimes I'll have extra pieces of just little paper, and I have my tab punch I usually have with me, and so I will um, finish up scraps of paper by using the tab punch. And so I'm going to layer those in there. I might put a word on there. I might put the landmark, which is where my husband and I were in Indoor County. Uh, so I might add that, but I will do that later. And then I have these gems or jewels. I'm going to get those on there. This is a planner sticker that just sits out in my stash waiting to be used on at a time such as this. So I'm going to layer that onto the label sticker. I know I don't have much journaling to do because I have other photos from this occasion that I'll be doing some more journaling on. So I will get those gems down. In the past, I've always put these like little gems all three together, and I saw somebody like spreading them out, or actually probably a couple people. So I've been trying to do that. I don't know that I do the best job of it yet, but I'm trying to get in the swing of it. So I do kind of futz with these and fumble with them a little bit, but I do get them to where I want them to be. And that's really going to finish the layout for me. So until next time. Crafting makes my heart happy, and I hope you find what makes your heart happy too.